Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I'm feeling a little bit better. Let's hope I don't have a problem like I did yesterday. I need to make my breakfast, so I thought I'd make some pancakes. I know we all love pancakes, and these are double chocolate chip. So I'm hoping and praying that everything goes well, and I don't feel like I'm passing out I'm trying to get my skillet hot, because it's got to get hot. I'll show you what I've got in my bowl. Put my bowl down. I'll let you see what you got. Okay. You can see I have some flour and that in my bowl. I've got flour, cocoa powder, which is carob powder. I've got sugar. I've got salt. And I've got non-aluminum baking soda in here, all sifted together. Hi, Tabby Trees. Good to see you. And now I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of grapeseed oil. I happen to have that in the cupboard because that's what it called for. Good morning. Put this in here. Now I'm going to take 1 cup of almond milk, and they said the non-sweetened kind, which I normally use that anyway for anything else that I'm making that I am not using in my cereal. So I'll put that in here. And that's all I have to do for. Then I'll add the chocolate chips after everything is mixed. So let me go put this back. All right, wanted to get my skillet good and hot too. Don't seem to be getting anybody in here this morning. Everybody must be okay. And I'm gonna combine all this together. And this is supposed to make 6 pancakes. Oh yes, let me share this out while I'm thinking about it. I'll share it out, and that'll bring more people in because I keep forgetting about that. When I share it out, there's my daughter. Hi, sweetie. And I'm going to share this on, and I'm going to share it on Facebook as well. I didn't put the wrong thing here. Facebook. And I'm going to share it on Twitter. So those that do not have Periscope can watch this. I know my daughter's sister-in-law does not have Periscope. She likes to watch on Twitter. Hi, sweetie. You can see what I'm doing in my bowl. I'm using the bigger bowl this time because I haven't washed the other one yet. So this is double chocolate chip pancakes. Now you can make these yourself because I know you use cocoa powder. I use the carob powder. I'm mixing this all up, and then I'm going to fold in 1/2 cup of the carob chips, and I haven't folded them in yet, but I'm going to get my 1/2 cup measure because that one's kind of dirty. And I'll just put it in, use this instead. Are you over at Tammy's working this morning? Because I figured you should be. Hi, those coming in. Thank you for coming in and welcome. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen and making oh, that's what I figured. Is she watching it too? Mixing this real good. And then I'm going to fold in the chocolate chips. Okay. And it says you use 1/4 cup to scoop it in your, and put it in your pan, and then. Well, hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Long time no see. You know me, Stacy. I love making new recipes. Stacy, I want to introduce you to my. Hi, good to see you. I want to introduce you to my daughter. She's Laura 0475. She's been coming in on my Periscopes because she's been really interested in my cooking scopes. So I want to introduce Laura. This is my friend Stacy. She's also a vegan. She's another one that got me started being a vegan. She's been a vegan for about 17, 18 years. She lives in Illinois, and she lives in Sandwich, Illinois. And my daughter lives in Hot Springs, Missouri, or House Springs, Missouri. So you guys aren't too far apart. I gotta get a spoon. Let me get a spoon. Yeah, I did. I saw the replay. I heard her talking about me, but I didn't. The thing of it is with the replays, not all the comments show up. So if somebody said something about me that was not very nice, I didn't see it. So I don't know. I only saw some comments because the problem of it is Periscope's got a problem with all the comments of showing up when hi, Alexis. Good to see you. I didn't know if you'd be in this morning or not because you're working. If those are not following Alexis, be sure to follow her. She sells Pampered Chef as a sideline. She's got a job during the week, and she also sells Pampered Chef as a sideline. So please follow her, and she will get you started with any Pampered Chef you might want, or if you want to be a consultant or be a host of a show, she can get you started either way. So be sure and follow her and support her in everything that she does. I support her very, very, very much. Okay, now I should have my pan plenty hot. It said to use a 1/4 cup, and I'm just going to spread this out when I get it over here. I've had my pan on for a while, so it should really be good and hot. There, spread it. Oh, I'll put the pan down. Sorry, you can't see in my pan. There we go. I forgot about putting my pan down. There, putting my tripod down. There. Now you can see in my pan, my skillet. I like using this 12-inch because I can put more in it. It says use a 1/4 cup and then spread it out. What I like about this skillet, Pampered Chef skillet, you can use metal utensils in it and not ruin it. I'm only going to put 2 in here because I think that'd be sufficient. But you can make 2 pretty good sizes. And this is only supposed to make about 6 pancakes. So we'll see. Well, that's plenty for me anyway. I'm going to go wash my fingers. Kind of got chocolate on them. Welcome to everybody coming on and being able to share this out. As I like to share these out with people. Alexis, I know she shares out several times a day. As you can see, these are going to be pretty good in my skillet. They're double chocolate chip, and I don't use actual cocoa. Now, those that are not vegan, feel free to use your cocoa powder because that's the original recipe. I don't use cocoa powder, as people know. I use carob. I also use carob chips, which I got these from Amazon. They're from Hoosier Hill. I know, don't they look delicious? I was hungry for pancakes this morning because I'm starting to get my appetite back, and I wanted to eat some pancakes for breakfast. And I saw this recipe in my recipe things, and I thought, well, I'm going to fix these. They shouldn't be too hard. And I hadn't planned out to make these before, but I just never did it. And I thought, since I'm feeling a little bit better this morning, for those that may not know, Stacy doesn't know, I've been sick since Christmas, or right after Christmas, Stacy, and it's been rough because I couldn't come on here and do periscopes. I was real weak. I cough all night. I don't think I had a temperature or anything, but I'm still not 100%, but I'm a lot better than I was. It makes it good when I can stand here and I can do this and not have to worry about falling over. And that's a good thing. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. I'm sure you did. I posted that because... Oh, there we go. I got one flipped over. The whole idea of these skillets, they're not exactly round, but you can see, I can push this over just a little bit so maybe you can see there we go. Might not see me as much, but you'll see the pan. There you go. They're not real round, but look at them. They're all going to be okay. I guess for me, they don't have to be round. Let me get a plate out. I'm kind of trying to rearrange my cupboards here, so I'm trying to figure the best way to put stuff. So if you see things falling out, they're not exactly where they need to be yet, but I'm getting there. But I got the one thing I found out about pancakes, and I'm learning. You'd think I'd learned it before this. When you do pancakes, you got to have your skillet nice and hot. Well, this called for coconut oil to begin with, and I thought, well, with these pans, you don't need to use coconut oil because it's non-stick. So I just turned it on when I first started mixing this, and I thought, well, by the time I get it mixed and I come online, it's going to be plenty hot enough that they're going to set up. As you can see, they've set up. They did not fall apart. They look real good. I mean, they're not exactly, they're not exactly round, but they look good nonetheless. I guess, you know, they don't have to be round. Nope, it's not a cookie. It's a pancake. It'd be a mighty big cookie, wouldn't it? I know, being hot. Look at this one, how big this one is. This one's funny, too. I think they're getting pretty much, I can probably put them on the plate and get them ready to do some more. The only thing about this skillet that you have to be careful of, it gets hot and it stays hot. You don't want to touch it. And not only that, things slide all. I lost my train of thought, but I know what I'm going to say. Everything slides all over the place in the pan. Everything slides. I'm just going to take and spread this out because you can use metal utensils in here, so that I'm not afraid to use a spoon in here. I'm going to try not to use them as much as I can though, because I don't want to scratch it at the bottom. But you won't take the coating off. This is 4 layers of titanium. In case anybody wants to know what this is made of, 4 layers of titanium, and it is a very good skillet. I just got this not too long ago, and I've been using it quite a bit since I've had it. I'll put a little bit more on that one because that one is kind of on the skinny side there. Make this one a little bit bigger. As you can see, they're not going to be exactly round, but it doesn't really matter. They're looking good. I mean, look, I've got 2 of them done, and you can see that there's chocolate chips in there. Well, I do have an ice cream scoop, but it said to use a quarter cup. Now, if an ice cream scoop is a quarter cup, I could have used that. But I just got my quarter cup measuring cup out and used it instead. Yeah, I do. I do have an ice cream scoop. But you know, you make do. And I figure, well, this is just my breakfast. I'm going to fix it for you. And I don't know, Pam. I've been looking for something for lunch. I haven't found anything yet, unless I go through my recipes and I find something I haven't made before. I may and I may not. Normally I come on just once a day, but you never know. I may come on again later. I'm enjoying coming on here. I'm feeling so much better. So I want to come on and maybe make another recipe for you. As you can see, these things are getting done really well. And I'm happy about that because I've always had problems with my pancakes falling apart on me. And that's simply because I didn't have the pan hot enough to begin with. You got to have it hot. That's the trick. These get hot and stay hot. Use a spatula. And okay, you're right. I have a spatula to turn them over, but sometimes I almost have to have 2 spatulas because they're hard to flip over. Because with these types of skillets, and I love it, but everything slides all over the place. I suppose if you'd make a tofu scramble or scrambled eggs in it or whatever you made in it, you could just tip it over on your plate and it'd come right out because it basically, it's non-stick because this is 4 layers of platinum, and it won't take anything up. And these are, for as I understand it from Alexis, and I think I'm right, she's in here right now, 480 degrees in the oven, but the handles are not oven friendly. You have to remove the handles before you put this into the oven. And these handles do come off. I will not take it off because I need it on for right now. But when I store it in my broiler, when I'm not using it, I take the handle off. So you do not want to have the handle on when you put it in the oven. You'd want to forget to take it off because you're going to melt the handle. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. I know I looked at my recipe and I thought, I don't think I've ever made these before. I made regular chocolate chip, but they weren't as good as I think these are going to be. I don't know, for some reason, I'll see that I've got 4 of them. They're not exactly round, but they're going to be okay. And I do apologize to those that were in my Periscope yesterday. I did not post the recipe up on Facebook because I intended to take a picture of what I made yesterday, but for some unknown reason, something happened and I didn't get it done, and I thought I had taken the picture, so I started posting the recipe and I didn't have the picture. And I'd already eaten them, so I couldn't do anything. So I thought, well, I'll just skip from yesterday, but I'll be sure and get these in here though. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, I think. Just make 5 out of it. It doesn't really matter. Make this a big one. So this doesn't make a lot. So if you have a big family, you might want to double the recipe or make another batch. That's what you might want to do. Now I have a lot of dishes to do again, as always. A lot of dishes. And I love using these bowls. I'm glad I got these bowls from Merlene when she won that $965 shopping spree, that the last one that Alexis had in December. She decided to get me these bowls as a gift. And I'm glad she did. There's 3 of them. This is the biggest one. Then I got the medium one I used yesterday, and then the small one. So I've got to wash both this and the medium one. So I'll wash those before I do another scope again. Get them all cleaned up. There we go. Put that in the sink. I don't want it to get broken. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've got my last one in there. This one's a little bit more round than the rest of them are. But as you can see, it's already starting to cook up. That's the thing. You know, you learn after a while that you got to have your pan hot enough for your pancakes. They won't take and they won't make very good pancakes if your pan isn't hot enough. I'm always, you know, jumping the gun and putting the oil in there or whatever and trying to put the pancake in the right way. Well, they fall apart. They don't make. And I thought, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Normally what I used to do, yeah, it does. It does need to be hot. But what I have done in the past, and I didn't do it this morning, but what I have done in the past is I will take after a period of time, I will take some water out of the sink and I will put it in the pan to see if it sizzles. And if it sizzles, then I know it's hot enough. I didn't do that this morning because I know it was hot enough because I had left it go plenty long enough. As you can see, this is going to be plenty easy to flip over, I hope. They don't against the. There we go. You get it right, and it's gonna it'll get that done. Here. I'll wash my fingers again. Chocolate, just love to get on my fingers. But these are the craziest looking pancakes I know. If you want to call them pancakes, you can call them cookies if you want to. They say you can put coconut whip on top. I don't have any coconut whip made. So I'll probably just use syrup like I normally do. You can probably use vegan butter. You can use whatever you want. You can use powdered sugar if you want to put on top of pancakes. You can syrup. I'm a vegan as well, yes. Somebody's going, ew. Well, these are double chocolate chip pancakes. Would somebody mute that one? Laura, go ahead and mute that person that said, ooh. Go ahead and mute them. Because I don't need that person. That's a pancake. That one that said, ooh, needs to be muted. Because I don't want that person coming back with any other. Just swipe on the message to the left and you just take her off and she's disabled. She cannot do anything, can't even talk, because you get rude people in here all the time that they find something that looks bad and then they look, you know. Oh, good morning, Larry. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in, to everybody that's come in and have shared this out. Did you get it taken care of, sweetie? Because just go up and find the comment. There, you did it. There, you did it. Yay. See, that was easy. That was very, very easy. And then I can go and block it. When I get done with my Periscope, it gives me the option to block it. So that's what I will do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn my pan off now. And I'm going to go raise this up because you won't need to see that anymore. There we go. Now, Here are my pancakes. They aren't exactly round, but look at them. They're done. Oh, Tammy was talking to you? Oh, look, they're done. Tell Tammy to look at the pancakes. Oh, hi, Tammy. These are pancakes. They could be big cookies if you wanted to be too. But it's only got just a very little bit of sugar in it. It doesn't have a lot of that, and a little bit of carob. In fact, I'll tell you what it does have in it. I don't know. I closed this thing up, and I'll go tell you what it has in it. Let me go find it again. Let's see. Oh, I got the wrong thing here. I categorized all my things the other day, and I have to go find it, and then I can tell you what it's in it. I categorized them to breakfast, to snacks. Okay, here's what it's got in it. It's got a cup of flour, which I used all-purpose flour, a quarter cup of cocoa powder. Of course, everybody knows that I use carob powder. Yeah, they would, except I don't have any. 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I don't use regular sugar. I use cane sugar. Alexis says, taste them. Yeah, I want to post it up on Facebook, Alexis, though, so I don't want to mess them up. Half a teaspoon of salt, and I use sea salt. I don't use regular salt. A teaspoon of baking soda, and I use the non-aluminum baking soda. Hi, Vanita. Good to see you. Good morning. Welcome. A quarter cup of grapeseed oil, which is not used very often in recipes. I did happen to have some of that. I had a recipe a while back that called for grapeseed oil, so I'm glad I had it. And a cup of almond milk, which is the non-sweetened, the unsweetened. I always buy the original unsweetened kind. And a half a cup of chocolate chips. And then they say to top the chocolate whip, but I don't have any made up. But I'm not gonna put that on there. But as you can see, these are funky looking pancakes. But I think they're going to be okay. I want to save at least 1 or 2 for the Facebook page. If I take anything off, I might take off on. Let me see. Get me a spoon or something. Before I put any syrup or anything on here, I'm going to move these aside and maybe find one here. Well, theirs is a smaller one. This one's kind of busting up, so I'll taste it. Very good. You know something? These don't need anything on the top of them. They're good with just the way they are. They don't need any syrup or anything. Very, very good. Pardon my fingers. I'm going to eat them just the way they are. They're nice and done, and they're good. If it's your favorite, you can go ahead and make them yourself. Now, like I said, I am a vegan. And since I am vegan, I do not use cocoa powder. I do not use cacao. But I use carob because that is vegan. And it comes, I'm not sure exactly what country it comes from. But I buy the carob powder from Amazon. Nope, no water. No water. I used almond milk, however. Almond milk and... well, Alexis, they're a 10. Absolutely a 10. They are a 10. Now, I got to step away just for a minute. I'll be right back. They are an absolute 10. I think if anybody else had them, they would say the same thing. They're a 10. Just a minute. I'm washing my hands. And I'm just saying silently to myself the happy birthday song. And thank you, Alexis, for seeing my post in Facebook on my birthday. Because I saw that the other day and I thought, well, I got to go in there and tell you when my birthday is because you'd know. So I got... What'd you say? Karen won't notice. Oh, you sneak a few I won't notice. Well, I know exactly how many I've got here. So if a couple comes up missing, then I know that you ate some. I'm going to finish in this and that I started. I think I've got 3 or 4 pancakes left. And that's plenty. So, hi, good to see you, sis. Yeah, I am. I counted them when I put them in the skillet, Alexis. Here's my double chocolate chip pancakes, Earlene. Don't they look good? Of course, you know I use carob, and I use the carob chips. These are good. It calls for maybe putting coconut whip on top. You know, you can put syrup. These are good to eat just the way they are. I'm not going to eat anything on them because they're good just the way. Why make it? You know, although I use 100% maple syrup. Well, I've only made just a few things in the Instant Pot. So it's just getting used to it. So I haven't quite got used to it. Oh, thank you, Alexis. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I know, and they are, because they told me to taste one early, so I found one at the bottom, and I've been eating on it. It's really good. They are so good. And it's got only just a little bit of sugar in it, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Of course, you know I use cane sugar, but with the carob powder, and I use almond milk, and I use the regular all-purpose flour. And you had to sift everything. Well, when I saw that I had to sift it, and I had it already combined together, I thought, well, I'm just going to leave it combined together, and I'm just going to sift it that way. So I sifted them all together. You know, I don't have an actual sift. Well, I do have a sifter, but I don't really use it that much. So I just have this. It's a strainer, but I also use it as a sifter. It works fine for that because it's a real small mesh, and it works real well for sifting. So I use that. And that worked real well to sift the flour. And I can understand why, because by the time I got sifted, I had chunks at the top. Well, you don't want that in your batter. So I'm probably going to do it more often than not. Even if it says not to, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because you want to get chunks in there. So I just tossed the chunks out. And that was part of the carob, you know, that didn't get sifted in. But these are really good. Oh, you bought some almond flour. You're gonna love those cookie dough bars. They are so good. These are the best pancakes I've ever had. They really are. I can't believe how good they really taste. And I think that anybody that makes these will like them too. They're simple to make. It doesn't take all that many ingredients. And I will post these up on Facebook. Like I said, I made a mistake yesterday, and I didn't get a picture taken of the food I fixed yesterday. I ended up eating it and didn't realize till after I'd eaten it that I didn't have a picture of it. I was ready to post it up on Facebook, and there was no picture there. So I thought, well, I guess I can't do that one. So this one I'm going to make sure I post a picture. And that's easy enough to happen too. My daughter's telling us she has that. Yeah, I have a sweet tooth. You're right. You're right, Arlene. I do have a sweet tooth. Absolutely. Let me get a drink. I absolutely do have a sweet tooth. And you also have to be sure to drink plenty of water. That's something I've been doing, is drinking lots and lots of water. I've been drinking a lot of water. I've got I think a 64-ounce water bottle sitting on my computer table, and I fill that up several times a day. It's a stainless steel one, and I drink out of it all the time. Even when I'm not really that thirsty, I'll just grab it and drink it, because people aren't aware that that's more healthier. Now, I applaud Alexis, because when I watch her periscopes, whether I'm in the live broadcast or the replay, she's always drinking her water. That's the first thing she does, is drinks her water. Hydration nation, I guess you could call it. You've got to stay hydrated. And you know, I have been so dehydrated with this cold that I've started to drink a lot of water. And I'm finally building myself back up where I'm getting hydrated again. But that was horrible, to be so dehydrated that nothing tasted good. Oh, yes, I am. Because we have to understand our bodies are made up of water. We need water. And the most time you need the water is basically in the summertime, because you sweat out a lot of that water, you lose it, and that's when I drink water the most. I'm constantly drinking water in the summertime because I get so hot for it, and I want it all the time. I am not into drinking sodas, although if I drink any, they're very, very rare, because they do not quench my thirst. You will find that. You start drinking a soda, and if you're thirsty, it's not going to help you quench your thirst at all. In fact, it's going to quite the contrary. It's going to want to make you drink it all the more. When you start drinking water, you get to a certain point, and you've got enough in your system. Your system is more or less told you that it's enough, because there is such a thing as you can drink too much water. People have been known to drink way too much water. And I can pretty much tell when my body's full of water, and I just stop. But I don't drink sodas because they're not that good for you. Our bodies are made up of water. We need that more than sodas. But yeah, some people are born on that stuff. They're raised on that stuff, and they drink it their whole life. So they don't drink water because they don't want to drink it because there's no taste to it. Well, my goodness, they don't understand how much healthier water is than the sodas. That soda's got you nothing but your high fructose corn syrup in it and all the crap in it that you don't want to put in your body. And yet people will put it in their body and not care. You can't do that. You need to let go of it. And just drink water. That's what I do. Drink water if at all possible. And drink water as much as you can. And keep yourself hydrated. It's not going to be too much of a problem staying hydrated now because it's the winter. But once it becomes summer, that's when you get dehydrated the quickest because you sweat. And I know that I find myself getting dehydrated. But since I've had this bad cold, and I've had to do a lot of coughing, which I still cough and I sneeze, I have been getting dehydrated. And I'm trying to build it back up again. Let's see. Urinary tract infections. What'd she say? Urinary tract infections. Okay. Oh, yes. UTIs. Yes. I've never had a UTI, and I hope I never do. People that have had them, I guess my daughter's had them, and they are very, very painful. People don't understand why they get them. They just aren't doing what they need to do for themselves to keep themselves from getting them. That would be no fun. They're painful, they hurt, and they're not doing what they need to do to keep themselves from getting them in the first place. However, I'm not saying that they're be 100% exempt, but you do a lot better if you drink more water. The more water you drink, the better you are. And that's why I drink as much water as I can. Drinking water all day long. When I'm sitting in my computer, watching YouTube, or if I'm loom knitting or what I'm doing, I'm always drinking water. That's true, Alexis. You're right. Drinking water right after you wake up, definitely. I get up in the middle of the night sometimes. I did last night. My throat was getting so dry for a drink, so I was getting up in the middle of the night and drinking water. I don't like it when it tastes funny in the middle of the night because but I drank the water anyway. I thought, I've got to have the water. Yeah, and yet there's some people that won't drink water because, one person, I think it's my daughter's brother-in-law that says, well, if I drink water, it's going to make me rust on the inside. That's kind of a stupid statement to make. You got to drink lots of water. He doesn't drink any water at all. He's nothing but soda. Into soda, everything. And he'll buy, I don't know, several 24 pack of soda a week, maybe 3 or 4 24 bottles of soda, and he'll drink them all up in 1 week. Just him alone. And that's horrible. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. That's what I thought, father-in-law. Man, that makes him rust. Oh, my goodness. We're not going to rust. Our bodies are made up of water. But to stay completely with nothing but you know, your sodas and not want to drink water at all, about the rust part, that is kind of a stupid statement, because there is no such thing as your body's going to rust because you're putting water into it. You're doing your body good. You're doing a lot of harm putting you know, your drinks in there you shouldn't be drinking, your sodas. I'm doing a little bit better. Thank you for asking. A little bit better than I have been. It's a slow going process. You have to understand, with me being 70 years old, it's a lot harder to shake it than it would be somebody younger like my daughter. You know, some of these that are on here that are a lot younger than me. It's a lot easier to shake, it's for them to shake it off. It's harder for me to shake it off. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope your New Year is a blessed one. I hope everybody's New Year is a lot better than 2018 was. 2018 wasn't good for a lot of people. Mine didn't end up too good because I got sick. But, man, you know, if New Year starts better for me and then it ends up better, that'll be okay too. Oh, she's in her 80s? Oh, yeah, weak. That's, you know, that's terrible when they get weak like that. I was weak. I started... Though, for those that were not in here last week when I did my Periscope, on Christmas Eve is when my furnace started acting up. It ran all night long. It would not shut off. So therefore, my house got 81 degrees. I don't have it set that high, my thermostat. I had it set for 72, but for some unknown reason, it popped up to 81 degrees. And I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to get it to shut off, because I'd go to shut the system off, and it wouldn't shut off. Not one bit. So I thought, well, what do I do? So I started going on the internet to figure it out. Got help in there, and someone said, well, you shut it off with the breaker. So I found out which breaker it was and shut it off with the breaker. Well, once I turned it off with the breaker, could not turn it back on Christmas morning because it cooled down enough that I wanted to turn it on to warm it up in here. Could not turn it back on. So I had to leave it off all Christmas. Well, which was not too bad during the day because I was at my son's anyway for the holiday. But to come home that night, had to sleep with my clothes on and put an extra quilt on the bed because it was so cold in here. My house actually got down to 60 degrees. And they couldn't come and do anything about it till the next day because it being a holiday. Yeah, you probably would have. Yeah. Oh, but you know, I'm so glad I finally got it fixed. It set at a comfortable 72, and I haven't had a problem with it. It was a problem. It was a part in the furnace called the sequencer. That's what turns it on and off, because you have to have your thermostat communicating with the furnace. And at first I thought there was something wrong with the thermostat. He checked it and he says no. He said there was nothing wrong with it. It was working perfect. So he bypassed the heat pump since it's not working anyway. He set it up to just the furnace and the thermostat to talk to each other, and it's now working fine. So it turns itself on when it needs to and turns itself off when it needs to, and I'm glad. But it all started then. And then come home Christmas night and had to sleep with my clothes on. And then from then on, it was all downhill. So that's how I got it. But at least I'm glad I'm doing better. But I'm going to have to go ahead and stop this Periscope and eat these before they get too cold. I will post this up on Facebook, take a picture of these and post them up there. I may come back on later. I'm not too sure. If I find something to do for lunch or whatever, I'll come back on. So be looking for that. So in the meantime, I hope your day's a blessed one. Take care. And until we meet again, I love you all. Bye-bye.